Ladies and gentlemen, this is LGIM.YoDa. I'm resisting, man. You know how much self-control it's taking for me to not cast this entire thing in YoDa backwards speak? YoDa I am. Oh, yes. He's in the red trunks and he is playing Terran to the west of Antigua versus his opponent, ST.Hack. He is in the blue trunks and he is playing Terran to the east.
Antigua Shipyard, anything can happen here, once again. This is a very aggressive map, to be honest, because it is forced cross positions on the TSL version. There's no gold base, and you do actually have a lot of refinery first builds again here as well. But we'll see if that's going to happen. It may not. We may see a very regular one barracks expansion play. Interested though, really, in if Hack is going to play mech again, because this is one of the maps which it can go down really well for you. It's a very simple 1, 2, 3 to grab main base natural third and a quick hop and step with tanks down to a fourth base, and that's when things get really messy for any bio players. So if Hack pulls up a perfect mech play here against YoDa, I think it's going to be a clean sweep.
I think so. And we'll see if that ends up happening one way or the other. There's the bags for YoDa and the bags falling up for Hack as well, who have now reversed. Colors just to confuse more. I'm really interested to know what is actually going on in the chat. I am always curious as to what Koreans are actually talking about.
Yeah, don't know.
I think they're secretly mocking us.
Probably.
Am I just overly paranoid?
Don't know. Probably. I don't think they're saying anything. But look at this. Both of these guys actually gone refinery first. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Hack's gone barracks.
Yep.
But, no, neither of them actually refinery first. What am I on about? I got crazy, man. I'm like looking at the refinery. I'm like, wow, it's pretty early, but it's not. I got crazy.
No, it isn't. Yeah, a little bit of a trick there. That's what they were talking about. That's what they were talking about in the chat. It's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna freak out the casters right now. That sounds like a great idea. It wouldn't surprise me if players eventually end up doing that. Yeah,
tease the casters.
Dude,
but we do have a very fast second gas coming down for YoDa. Look at this.
Tech Lab straight away here. So we actually in Reaper.
I don't know what it's going to be. Probably
Reaper.
With the second
YoDa's
gas coming down. Yeah, I think what we're going to see with the second gas going down is really fast. Maybe an old school build where he goes factory as well and could get Reaper speed. But he's got a lot of gas income right now compared to his opponent who's just gone for a very standard play. Let's look at this. Factory goes down. Yeah, so it could be very easily Reaper speed here.
Oh, that's a classic.
It could be a fake out too. It could be Reaper into Banshee, which is a really weird thing. Because people are like, wait a minute. Wait, Reaper expand? Okay, cool. And then all of a sudden a Cloak Banshee comes in. So there's a lot of options available.
Yeah, certainly. Alright, well. Second Reaper coming in here. He is at least dedicating to this.
Yeah, so it could be. Meanwhile, Factory's coming down for Hack again. Neither of these players have the best information. I mean, Hack saw the tech lab on the barracks, and YoDa's seeing nothing. But with the tech lab on the barracks being scouted by Hack, he already has Marines in position here. But what is this Factory going to be used for? Is he going to unlock the Reaper speed upgrade? No, it's going to be a Hellion and a... Oh, yeah, it actually may be still for Reaper speed here.
Could be, and Reaper's out there. The SCV gets into base. That should not have happened. Wow, the supply depot was actually down. Very unfortunate. Why the hell was the supply depot down? It's actually, I think it was to get his SCV back in. But yeah, that's unfortunate. That's revealed the starport.
Yeah, he's not going for the Reaper speed though, so it looks like he won't do that. He'll just go for Hellion and Medivac and then try to end the game really, really fast here. Kind of a one base all in, but it's not super all in. I mean, it's all in if, well, for example, Hack had an expansion down, but because Hack hasn't, and he's on one base as well, it doesn't. If it doesn't work, it's not necessarily over. And we're about to have the starport switch over with the barracks into a Cloak Banshee most likely here. But so far, Hack is getting ready to accept this. He already knows what's coming.
This is funky. This is very funky, but there we go. The Reaper's actually taking some pretty bad hits there, already losing one as it is. Reapers are Reapers are actually great against Hellions. A lot of people don't seem to realize that. They do so much damage to Hellions, but you don't want to be caught out like that. And Hack already with lifting up a couple of Marines, and oh, he's actually going to pick up everything he's got in that first medevac.
And he's going to launch a drop, so this could be quite deadly. There's a Cloak Banshee on the way. There's like no units behind this.
Nope.
For YoDa.
Oh.
He's not going to scout it either. And I think that Hack's going to throw down his new command center as well in the main base. And he's gone into standard play, like Viking tank coming out next. Very safe, very standard. but he's going to try and do maximum damage to the SCV line. And the Banshee is about to leave YoDa's base. And with a Banshee and with a Viking and switching over to a Raven, most likely here, he's in good position, and Hack's about to launch his drop.
Yep, and here it is. The drop are now on top of the mineral line with Hellions as well, and that, I mean, that's all that YoDa's got economically. He can lock them out, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's locking Hack inside his main base to save his SCV line, but it's mining time. There's no mining going here whatsoever, and there's the pickup just to bypass that entirely, and this is gonna get ugly, I think, very, very quickly.
Oh, one Helly goes down immediately to a Reaper shot, actually. It was low health, and he's looking for the opportunity, but YoDa is moving his SCV so elegantly, it's not really working out here.
Nope.
And he has to evacuate, man. There's units
In the
down.
meantime, Cloak Banshee is in there. The Viking probably won't kill it with the scan. I mean, by the time that scan goes off, actually, there's not enough DPS there to make that happen. He's going to have to scan again, or he could just run into it. That might work too.
God damn it, YoDa.
Ah, never mind. He actually pulled the Raven out just at that time anyway, so he really... Yeah, I think he had to escape at that stage, but he decided to go back in, and that wasn't the correct option. But I think it was just because the Raven popped out at just the right time there. In fact, yes, it had just popped out from Hack. So that was nice anti-timing, I suppose, for YoDa there.
Yeah, I mean, even if the Raven didn't pop out, that's like a goddammit moment. Like, that shouldn't happen. But two Hellions do make their way into the main base. And like you said, Reapers are pretty good versus Hellions, so they do bring them down pretty early on. One does escape, but gets toasted on its way out by another Hellion. So we've actually had a very crazy game here on Tiga Shipyard. But it looks like Hack is moving over to Bioplay this time around. Not going to play Mech. He's got 2 additional barracks coming down. He's got a reactor on the barracks at the back. And after Cloak is done here, that's very interesting that he's going for Cloak. He's actually going to go across and use his Banshees. After Cloak is done, he'll most likely switch up one of the barracks over to the tech lab and start to get stim. But that's interesting.
This whole game's been a bit funky, honestly, thus far.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been all over the place.
One base for a while, an absurd drop, early Reaper play into Cloak Banshee, into Hellion, into what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
good transition, that,
pretty
though.
Nuts.
Yeah, it is a bit. This is actually the Caster Confusion build, which is brand new for Korea. I told you, man, it's not a conspiracy. I'm not paranoid. That is exactly what they were talking about before. It's like, let's screw with them. Let's build some random stuff and see what happens.
Banshee on the way to the natural of YoDa, and this Banshee will do damage. There is no turrets. There is no detection.
Have you foreseen it, Apollo?
I have.
Excellent. Oh, there it is. You did foresee it, and here it is. All right. Well, not enough players do that, man. Not enough players actually kill the mule first. I know it takes one extra shot, but it's so worthwhile. You kill the mule early on, and you essentially deny about 240 to 270 minerals from the opponent.
Double Reapers in the main base of Hack at the same time, too.
Yeah, this game is just bizarre. I'm loving it, actually. This is great fun. But there you go. A nice, good few kills as well. I mean, YoDa's killed 7 so far. Hack's killed more up to this point, thanks to that Banshee that's done exceptionally well. 10 kills, more than paid for itself. YoDa has to actually get it. Well, he's just going to have to wait for it to decloak or do a second scan, but there's at least going to be a few Marines here, since they unfortunately do not have shield.
Yeah, Hack is playing really well this game once again. I mean, he's deflected aggression, he's dealt aggression. Now he can go across and upgrade +1 attack and start to increase his bio count. And he's actually doing really well. So right now, Hack has a couple of decisions to make. Looking at the SCV count, oh my god, 19 SCVs throughout have been killed with the Banshee in the main as well. And, you know, just throughout the game here, Hack outplaying his opponent, to be honest.
Without question.
It's really nice to see.
Yeah, even the funky Reaper stuff is just, it's not helping all that much, and YoDa has finally ceased and desisted with that particular action. YoDa now pushing across the map, fairly small force. Doesn't need to be huge, but he's actually outnumbered quite badly by Hack, so this is a fairly bad idea. I wouldn't want to go in here.
No, I mean, he doesn't have stim, he's got nothing really to fight. Despite, you know, Hack doesn't have stim either here, but he does have a bigger amount of units, of course. And with +1, well, actually, no, Hack still hasn't got +1 attack, which is a bit of a mistake on his behalf. Maybe he thinks he's already researched it, but never mind. That's going to hurt his long-term play, which could pull the series around, to be honest, because a +1 attack in TVT with Marine Wars matters a lot. YoDa with the Cloak Banshee, though. On the natural, there's no turrets. The Ravens are AWOL. They are actually coming from behind, so they will get there eventually.
They came from behind. Well, I don't think it's going to be enough to stop at least some damage being done here. YoDa picks up 5 SCVs and a Marine right there. And those Banshees wishing they could just attack there, but there's the quick pickup. Not bad, but here's the thing that's happening every time this harassment happens. Hack's harassment is always better. Every time.
Oh, it is. And the SCV count tells the story. 52 versus 37. Hack right now added on a second factory and has also added on a new barracks. So that's actually going to increase his army count even more so than it already is. And that means he's sitting at 4 barracks and 2 factories. He can expand behind it, but right now, this very moment, he's going to have a very large supply rate rise because he's just going to have so much money. And he's going to have so much thrown into his army compared to a fast third base. So he's going to have a very big army. He's actually moving outside the radius of the Zelnoga Tower, and Stim is done. These tanks are caught.
Oh, yeah, they're actually going for it here, but it's mutually assured destruction by the looks of it. Nice tank pick up, but Hack sacrifices a bunch of Marines to make that work. Hack with a slightly larger supply lead, but most of that's actually in workers. YoDa actually has a larger army at this stage.
Yeah, that's weird, but I mean, he doesn't have combat shields, so he lost a lot of Marines there. He also didn't have that +1 attack too, so his Marines were ultra weak. They couldn't even attack and do anything. So that was a nice little maneuver by YoDa. Actually, could have gone a lot worse, but he dealt with it well. But right now, with the amount of production available for Hack, is that the army size and army value will drastically increase over his opponent. It's equal right now. It was higher before, then it dipped below, and now it will start to rise over. YoDa has to be very careful with units out in the middle like this, but both of them, they're in kind of stalemate. Somebody on sieges, the other guy stims in, so it's a very slow game. Both of them consistently scanning all over each other to make sure that the other one isn't actually unsieging.
Yeah, they're actually both using the force at the moment by the looks of it, just throwing away a bunch of energy to make sure the other one doesn't go. Oh, Hack! Careful, Hack! Wow, that siege tank actually surviving with a single hit point, unbelievably.
Yep. And it will survive to fight another day. Marines get one shot, and that actually opens up YoDa to just... He can actually drop Marines on him, or stim and die. Oh, yeah, that's bad.
He could stim and die. I mean, he did the job anyway, actually. He had supporting tank fires. It wasn't exactly as efficient as I would have liked, but it didn't quite break the tank line, but it did enough damage to justify it, I feel. The problem is that Hack has such a great economy now. He's actually got a 3rd base. He's got a massive count of SCVs. His production behind this is looking really good. So... And he's getting outflanked completely. That's a big drop.
That's really big, and that's really painful, actually. I told you, man, his army is really big, and he's about to set up a crucial position that could win him the game from here. As long as he doesn't just die to a counterattack, he's got a great position. He can go for the supply depots, the upgrades, the orbital command. Great position secured by Hack.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. He gets the deployment underneath and gets a good shelling here as well. Not quite before he loses a lot of his Marines, though, in the process. And the tanks come back into position. YoDa's actually able to drive that one back once again, but Hack's still with 24 SCVs killed versus 14. So he continues to just nail home that economic advantage.
And there's 3 base versus 2 base now. As Hack has a 3rd base up, there's no 3rd command center down whatsoever for YoDa. He was getting a little bit outplayed here by Hack. And Hack at a higher supply count. There is 2 upgrades on the way for YoDa. That's one thing that he is in the lead with, is his upgrades. And he's about to flank this army. And, is Hack going to get out?
He looks like he does. Yeah, he is able to escape from that. Hack just one step ahead of YoDa all the time at this moment. And he's just not losing a lot, really. And now he's got control of the center once again, which is so crucial in this matchup. And here's the stim going forward, which will result in all of those Marines getting blown to bits.
Yeah, that's going to all go down, and YoDa loses quite a big set of army at the front. But both of these guys kind of playing stalemate, but playing stalemate when somebody has a better economy than you, it's not really going to work out too well, as the 3rd base now really saturated for Hack, has such a superior income. There's no 3rd command center whatsoever for YoDa, so YoDa's actually leaning more towards like a 2-2 timing attack, and that's it, do or die, and that could actually kick him out of the game if it doesn't work.
Very true. Well, YoDa looking to flank once again, trying to be outside of the Zelnoga watchtower range, and is able to do that at the moment. Hack breaks through the back rocks and is like, oh, you've got no 3rd base. That's a wonderful piece of news for me, honestly. That feels great. I am in a fantastic spot.
And 2-2 must be his only hope here, YoDa. Otherwise, he's going to lose this game.
His only hope, you say? Okay.
If this doesn't work for YoDa, he dies. If it works, then he goes through to another game. And where is he moving with his army? Sets up a position. He hasn't got a third base still. This is getting so bad because Hack is about to increase his supply count. He's building 4 supply depots. He's about to throw down 2 more barracks, or has finished with 2 more barracks. YoDa, what are you gonna do?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope at this stage. I don't think there's a lot else he can do. Hack is just so careful all the time with his units. He's getting these great positions and just wearing YoDa down, and he already has a superior economy in the first place. YoDa with a mass stim up to a blind stim up to the top here to try and desperately take that center position. He's able to get it, but walks right into tank fire, and he does gain the high ground. All credit to him there.
But he loses his main. And a counterattack has to be launched, and there's so many units waiting back at Hack's natural. He has supply depots, he has a bunch of Marines, SCVs. The Marines are so low, they just die anyway. Oh my god, checkmate is called.
Yeah, Hack is within firing range now, I'm afraid, and there's not a lot that YoDa can actually do about it in his main base. A desperate attack through to the third here is met by the spare SCVs that Hack happens to have. These Marines doing huge amounts of damage. Down goes the main command center. They're all at about the same supply now, oddly enough. And YoDa actually gets the third as well, but Hack actually he lost a ton of SCVs in that attack. YoDa just decimated more than half his SCV count in the process.
Yeah, but the problem with this game is that the economy doesn't matter anymore. It's not about reinforcements, it's not about who's going to survive the long term, it's about the army supply, which is in favor of Hack. But still the upgrades are in favor of YoDa, but YoDa's army's halfway across the map. And Hack's going to set up position, and oh my god, there's so few Marines there. He could actually just, I don't know, he could doom drop on top of it and probably kill everything there.
He could. So YoDa's not giving up, man. He's going straight for it. He takes the tank out quite nicely here. Medevac support is in favor of YoDa, but the numbers aren't, and the Medevacs have fallen. There's the GG from YoDa, and that was